Good morning. It's Friday, and we are on day 6 as we start this 30 days into January. So, first, it's my daughter's birthday, so I would like to say happy birthday to Katie Mahoney, who's 26 years old today. Holy crap. So, we've gone through the ultimate success formula. Know your outcome, take massive action, have sensory acuity. Are we getting closer to our goal? Are we getting further away? And then change your approach if you're not getting closer to your goal. And you do this how many times until you get the outcome that you're looking for. Then yesterday we talked about the way to speed up this process is role modeling, is to find somebody who's achieved the outcomes that you want to achieve. Do the same things that they've done and you will reap the same rewards. Sow the same seeds and you will reap the same rewards. So now, my message to you today is to dare to suck. And I mean that literally. A lot of times when it's time to go out there and do this and it's time to change our approach, we worry so much about failure that we decide to not take the risks. And the real deal is you've got to take the risks. You have to dare to suck. The only way to learn anything is to do something wrong. So when you start out, you're going to make mistakes. That's part of the deal. That's what you want to have happen. So as you begin this journey, look forward to sucking. Look forward to having things not go the way that you think they're going to go. And if you can, enjoy that process because it's learning. It's like, okay, now I've got a better way to not make this happen. But understand that the people who are willing to take the chances, the people who are willing to take the swings, are the ones that get the significant results. So I just saw a post that The Rock did, and I love The Rock's story. And he talked about how even after he started finally building success, he kept taking big swings. And he says they don't always work out. You know, not every one of his movies is a super big success. Sometimes they're a little bit of a flop, but he still keeps going. And if you notice, he does 2 movies a year. He does one that's an action movie and he does one that's a comedy. That's typically his pattern. And he keeps going. So he's willing to take the swing. Here's another way to take a look at this. We get in life whatever we tolerate. So if what you want is to keep doing the same thing and to stay in the same situation that you are, if that's what you're willing to have in your life, that's what you're willing to tolerate, then that's what you're going to get. But if instead you decide to raise your standards and decide that I'm going to live life at a different level, I'm going to be a different person, I'm going to have a different identity, then you're going to be willing to take these bigger swings and you're not going to be afraid to suck, as I said. So we know what we're doing. We've covered our ultimate success formula. Know your outcome, take massive action, have sensory acuity. Am I getting closer to my goal, further away? Change my approach until I get my result and role model. Find somebody that's done what I've done and do what they do. Sow the same seeds, you reap the same rewards. I know I keep saying the same thing over and over again, but repetition is the mother of skill. Once you start taking action, which you should have been doing all of this week, if you haven't, then when would now be a good time? Look for the opportunities to suck. Look for the opportunity to not have everything that you want work out the way that you want it to. And take that for what it is, learning. People who accomplish significant outcomes never call it failure, they call it learning. So go forward with all of the energy in the world, with all of the effort in the world, and dare to suck. But when you do, understand you're creating distinctions that's going to allow you to get that much closer to the outcomes that you want. And make a decision as you're doing this that you're not going to tolerate the same life that you've had for however long that you've had it. One of the reasons that we keep doing the same thing over and over again is because we know the pain of that particular outcome. So even though we know it might not work, we're familiar with that pain. So how many have started a diet Monday after Monday after Monday? You know, I've done that. So we all know, you know that that's probably not going to work. But you also know the pain of that failure and you're like, well, I can deal with that pain. So rather than trying something different, because when we don't do something, we always do it out of fear, we decide, okay, I'm going to go ahead and try this Monday morning diet again, which I know is probably not going to work. By Thursday, I'm going to be out drinking beer and eating cheeseburgers. But I'm familiar with this failure, so I'm going to tolerate it. That's what I'm going to decide to tolerate in my life. Well, make a decision that you're not going to tolerate that anymore. And you're going to try something different. You're going to try your diet on a Friday. You're going to decide, I'm going to start to gain 20 pounds of lightness or 30 pounds of lightness, or I'm going to improve my health and increase my health at these specific markers. And I'm going to start on a Friday rather than starting on a Monday. So as I go through the weekend, I'm going to interrupt my pattern and I'm going to change what I'm doing. Make a decision that you're not going to live life the way that you have, that you're not going to tolerate the way that you've lived your life up until this very moment. And from here on out, we're not going to be afraid of failure. We're going to call it learning. We're going to dare to suck. And if you want, share in this post places that you've sucked. Celebrate that you tried something and it didn't work, and we can all celebrate with you, and then we can move forward. One of the greatest things I've learned becoming a trainer in the Tony world is that phrase. Our head trainer, Tad Sheeky, tells us all the time, dare to suck. He gives us permission to go ahead and try something and not have it work out. And we do. We literally celebrate it. And you start to look forward to that. But here's what happens. So the first time you do it and you suck, second time you don't suck. You're not as good as you want to be, but you're better. And then by the third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, well, guess what? Now you're spectacular at what you were doing because you didn't have the fear. Get rid of the fear. That's what stops us and what's holding us back. Decide life's going to be different from this day forward and move forward towards those goals with all the activity in the world. Massive action is the cure-all for whatever is stopping you. Thank you for watching, everybody. Good morning. I'm going to say good morning to everybody. Hello, Deanne. Good to see you, Mr. Egan. Terry, great to see you. Anita, always wonderful to see you. Have an awesome weekend, everybody. I will be doing a video tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.